Oh, it already started. That's right. I forgot. That's okay. Well, maybe I'll pause it. Good morning, everyone. You probably noticed we have a little different look here for our board meeting today. You should have all received notice about this, but in case you didn't, we're streaming this board meeting to make it available to people, members, presidents, any members of the Washington State Federation of Garden Club that are out there that don't have any idea what we do at these meetings. And to help them stay informed, hopefully to get them more engaged in what we're doing. If nothing else, they know what we're doing and can offer help if needed, or when needed, I should say. So this is the plan. We have a camera in my laptop, and our best friend Ellen is monitoring anyone that comes into the Zoom meeting that this is being shown on, okay? So we have it positioned so that you don't have to worry about your hair or anything like that, because we have it positioned just for up here, because this is where the reports are going to be. Okay, so if we could ask everyone to refrain from murmuring and things like that, or speaking out loud in the middle of the meeting. That would make it a lot easier for those who are at home to understand what's going on here. Have I missed anything, Ellen? Okay. Also, I'll mention that we do have it recorded. So at some time in the future, we'll have it on the website and it will be available for people to view there. But for the people that are joining us, we would like to make sure that you are muted as well, so we don't pick up any background noise on your end of the world. I think that's it. So I am going to call to order the fall 2024 board meeting of the Washington State Federation of Garden Clubs. The Pledge of Allegiance will be led by Linda Maida. The flag is up here at this side of the meeting.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Be seated. Now, if I could ask Lona Carter to please come up to the front. Give her a hand. Give her a hand. I guess a lot of you didn't know that she has a birthday coming up. Oh, it was Saturday. I'm sorry, Lona. But I wanted everyone to know you weren't at lunch yesterday when we sang at all the September birthdays. Happy birthday, but go give her a good hand anyway. People want to be our inspiration for us this morning. 95, can you believe?
Beautiful things we see around us are, I know, and you not always appreciate seeing them. Look around, you see the mountains, the streams, even the mural on the wall, and it's all you're doing. We just thank you for the state. We thank you and ask you to bless our leaders that they will reach their goals and this administration. And we ask that you have a safe trip home, that everyone will return to their families safe and sound. May you have a good trip. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Lona. We will now recite our WSFGC mission statement, and that is on your agenda if you don't have it memorized at this point. WSFGC coordinates the interests of garden clubs to provide education, resources, and networking opportunities for its members to promote gardening, floral design, civic, and environmental responsibility. Thank you. So I will officially welcome everyone to the fall board meeting. We have a lot of fun things planned for our meeting today. You'll learn a little bit more later. First, we're going to do introductions. I'm going to start down on this end with Susan Nash, our treasurer. Wave to everybody, Susan. All your fans at home. Dorothy Bertram. Our new secretary, Linda Foz. Recording secretary, Jeanette Bruin, our parliamentarian. Down on the other side of the table, we have Ann Sullivan, immediate former president. Gail Wallinger, our financial review chairman. Linda Sundin, second vice president. And Dory Carr, first vice president and president-elect. And I am convinced all the elders. We're happy to have a number of former presidents with us today, including Ann, Dory, Terry, Marvalee Peterschick. Is Marvalee, did she stay? Oh, yes, there she is. I'm Marvalee. Lana Feingold, right back there, and Jeanette Bruin. The following members are excused from attending: Bryn Tabashi, Judith Juneau, Jackie McCoy, Becky Flaherty, Alice Versteed, Mary Lou Paulson, Ann Cronenwetter, Chris Hill, and Joya Rubens. And I think we have Chris and Joya both on our stream. Hello. The minutes of the June 13th board meeting were presented by email following the annual meeting a few months ago. Terry Critchlow has an addendum.
I must admit I made a mistake in my report. The very first one ever. And that was on reporting who the 4 clubs were that helped and host this event for us. And I did mention Roselia Garden Club, which got printed in our minutes. So I'd like to make an addendum to that, and it was really Inland Empire Floral Arts Designers and Judges Council.
Sorry for taking you out of order. We have to back up just a little bit to the credentials report. Diane.
There are,
Diane. Oh. We'll have to use the microphone.
Madam President, those in attendance and eligible to vote is 30.
Thank you, Diane. The chair declares a quorum. Appointments. Without objection, the president appoints the following: the committee to approve the minutes, Dory Carr, Jeanette Bruin, and Linda Sundin. The timekeeper, Tori Bennett, beautiful in blue today. The WSFGC president's page, also Tori, who worked so hard to help us out with these meetings. Okay, we're moving on to the officer reports then. I will start with the president's report. Back of my chair. Okay, you may recall that one of my goals for this term was to improve communication and transparency with our members throughout the state. One of the ways we can do that is to share our board meetings with members who are unable to attend. As you know, this is our first meeting being streamed on Zoom. Members were given a link to tune in to the meeting and access the meeting agenda online on the website. And also, Ellen sent out a reminder this morning about Big Glass. This is an experiment, so this meeting can be seen and heard, but it will be interactive with those in the audience on the stream. If you have joined us online, we appreciate you doing so. And if you don't already know, the agenda is available to you on the webpage if you'd like to follow along. After the meeting today, I would like to invite all Zoom participants to please give us your perceptions of how the meeting came across to you in Zoom. We will continue to try to improve. Now I'd like to say thank you to Terry Critchlow and her entire committee. You already mentioned some of the clubs. Terry, I heard nothing but very positive comments about the location, about the food, about the meeting rooms, the guest rooms. Really good choice. And thank you for all your hard work. It was a wonderful trip north to attend the Chinook District meeting in Auburn last week. I want to publicly thank Chinook District Director, where is she, Penny, and the club members for their warm welcome. The speakers were great, and I would like to ask you to ask your program chairman to add them to the website under the News and More tab, Speakers and Programs. We're trying to get this page set up so that we can share wonderful programs and speakers with each other in between the production of the program and meeting guide that we have every 2 years. Let's see, what else? Hot off the presses, this is quick, coming tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock Pacific time. NGC is doing a webinar called Dark Skies. If you didn't get a chance to read this in your email blast, I encourage you to participate. It's about the dangers of light pollution and what is now being called a dark skies movement to try to reduce the light from the earth into the skies at night and our birds and all of that. It has a first come, first served webinar link on the website, on the WSFGC website, right on the home page. One last thing that we added that I didn't even put in my typed notes is that we've been hearing comments about the participation or lack of from our clubs at large, presidents and members. And so Dory and I have decided to start up a committee to evaluate the status and policies related to the clubs at large. Dory and I will lead and would like to have a few volunteers to join us and help us as we look at this a little bit more closely and how it applies to our time where we are now. So if you would just give us a quick, when you get home, or text or something, let us know if you're interested in participating. We're going to get this going probably fairly soon. Okay, that's all I have. And I didn't go over my time limit, Tori? Oh, good. Okay, next up is Dory Carr, our president-elect.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Since the beginning of the Garden Club year, I have attended the Endowment Committee meeting on the 12th of August. As you know, as the president-elect, I have started getting ready to ask members if they would like to serve on the 2025-2027 board. So if you're asked, I hope you will say yes. I've been thinking about my theme. Haven't gotten there yet because, you know, there's just so many ways to go with the theme. It's terrible. I have also been thinking about a few new positions that I would like to pursue. And one is having a recycling expert on board.
Brent does a great job with recycling for flower shows, things like that. But I want us to have more information on other forms of recycling. We know about plastic, aluminum, glass, things like that, but there are other types of recycling we haven't heard about. I'd also like to have someone report on our state parks. We have fantastic parks. We should know about them. You know, they're great places to go and enjoy some of our scenery. And our state is unique because we not only have land parks, but we also have marine and island parks. And many of them have history attached to them. Did you know we have an observatory as a state park? And it's one of the very few observatories in the world that is publicly owned. We also have a cave state park, and that cave is the longest one in Washington state. So if either of those sounds like fun to you, or you know of someone in your club that you think would be a great fit, let me know, and thank you.
Next is our second vice president, Linda Sundin, and I'll just.
Okay, I defer to my written report.
Yes. Thank you, Linda. Susan Nash, is down on this end.
I have nothing to add to my report.
Thank you, Susan. And next up would be our dues secretary, Dorothy Bergman.
I think need to add to my report that our total membership is now for paid dues is 1,612 members. And we have 4 districts that are paid in full, which are Black Hills, Central, Greater Seattle, and Hillendale. And Olympia Garden Club this year has paid for 2 new junior memberships, which may have been going before, but now they're on our books. We've lost a district, Blue Mountain. And from talking to people here, we've lost a club at large and an affiliate. We need to add some. The club at large is Minnehaha.
Thank you, Dorothy. Ellen, do you have anything to add for corresponding secretary?
No.
Nothing from Ellen today. Investment officer, Gail Bollinger.
The investment information is in the printed report, and I can only say that we should all be very thankful for a strong market, and may it continue.
Well, I'll say amen to that. Holy. Okay. Parliamentarian Jeanette, are you going to stand? Did I miss you?
Yes, that's all right.
The only thing I have to add to my written report is that I attended the organization meeting and policy and procedure meetings yesterday.
Thank you very much, Linda. And Jeanette?
I really have no report, but I wanted to suggest something. As we do the Pledge of Allegiance, and we go along, and one nation, and everybody stops and then says, under God. If you look at it, there is no comma in there. It is one nation under God. So let's try that next time.
You might have to remind us again, Jeanette. But there's nothing wrong with that. You're right. That's the way it should be done. And we have former President and Sullivan, utility board.
As the immediate former president of the Washington State Federation of Garden Clubs, I attended all except one of the executive committee meetings, and I chaired the endowment committee meeting and handled all that information. I also attended the Pacific Region Convention in Anchorage, Alaska last month as the Pacific Region Protocol Chairman. I always encourage people to try to attend these conventions. They're fascinating. And I also saw a moose in Anchorage, and it was standing right next to a moose crossing sign.
He said, yeah, you got a picture. That should go on the news and photos page too. Okay, so now we'll start with our district director reports. Reporting for Black Hills, I believe it's the first vice president, Debbie Spiller. And I'll ask you to come up to the lectern here so that we can, our members at home will be able to see you. What did I say? I'm sorry, a correction. First assistant director.
And what a good look this group of gardeners, I feel so fortunate. The Black Hills District consists of Thurston and Lewis counties predominantly, and a little Mason County. We have 5 garden clubs that contain 189 members. We have 2 general membership meetings a year. We have 3 NGC standard flower shows yearly at our October and April district meetings and at the Thurston County Fair at the end of July. I believe we are the last NGC standard flower show at a county fair in this state. Our fair had 157 pieces of horticulture, 52 designs and crafts, and 3 educationals. Thank you, Ellen Daly, chairman. I feel fortunate to be a Black Hills District member. Our clubs are on a 2-year rotation. We know that within that 2-year period, each club will host one luncheon at a district general meeting, plan and prepare the food, decorate the tables, and put on one flower show. Write the schedule, check in the entries, do the theme staging in either April or October. If a club is small, members from another club pitch in. It's truly a group effort with all hands contributing. Our 5 clubs are active and busy. The Black Hills Flower Designers, I'm president of that one, enter design and horticulture at all the flower shows. They meet monthly and predominantly practice NGC design types, make design containers and sculptures, do a garden club growing project, contribute to penny ponds. They do design programs for the district and other clubs as well. The Friendly Flowers Garden Club kept busy through the summer doing many member garden tours, ice cream socials, and learning more about container gardens. They are saving seeds for the next garden club growing project. They plan a program and plant sale on native plants for their September meeting. The Friendly Neighbors Garden Club, which is predominantly in Chehalis, has big plans that include visits from a local dahlia hybridizer, a master gardener composter, and learning more about traditional and creative designs. They are heavily involved in producing the flower show at the Lewis County Fair. The theme of the fair was red, white, and blue. The Friendly Neighbors made an educational display called Red, White, and Poo, featuring a large black and white cow made by one of member Jenny Eddy, surrounded by a white picket fence and rows of peat pots. Oh, have I done? Oh, good. Anyway, they had a display of manure. The Illinois Garden Club has worked long and hard on the Randall Roadside Park along Highway 12 for the past 50 years. They celebrate the park's 50th anniversary in May in conjunction with their annual plant sale. They have a very dedicated group that keeps the park watered year-round. They work with the Randall Elementary School. They plant pumpkins in the spring, and the kids get the pumpkins in the fall. Olympia Garden Club, come on, Tori, here we go. The Olympia Garden Club celebrated its 100th anniversary with its centennial celebration party.
Thank you, Debbie. Blue Mountain is next on the list. We do not have a representative from Blue Mountain here today. Director Alice Versteeg is excused. Next up after her is Terry Critchlow, Director of Central District.
All our clubs have all continued to meet throughout the summer, continually working toward aiding and improving their communities through their diverse projects. Queen of Spades Garden Club in Ellisburg completed the revamping of the Whipple Heritage Garden in partnership with like-minded organizations in the community. I had the opportunity to visit this garden with Diane and Leanne following our last district meeting, and it was impressive. It's the size of about a large residential corner lot filled and met with native and naturalized plants. Their new member, Karen Zook, who you met yesterday, performed their installation of officers, and true to her interest and expertise, she used 4 different birds to represent the officers she was installing. Toppenish Garden Club, small but holding strong, they had a very successful plant sale last spring. Combined with their holiday resale, they were able to give a $1,000 scholarship to a local girl who was in her second year of study to become a veterinary technician. But knowing there was a need for more vets in the lower Yakima Valley, they reached out to Perry Technical School in Yakima for their recommendation and selection of the scholarship winner. Okay, our third club, Mount Clement Garden Club, has enjoyed growth in the last year, welcoming 3 new members. They also made headway in the Natchez Valley School District with hopes of introducing the NGCU contest. Last year, a bond was passed with promises to rebuild and remodel the high school dilapidated greenhouse. So plans are for that to take place next summer, and Mount Clement Garden Club hopes to be involved with FFA and their projects. Mount Clement Garden Club is celebrating its 60th anniversary this year with a tea party in October, and you will all hear about that later. 3 members of Central District attended the Pacific Region Annual Convention in Alaska. All 3, Diane Franchini, Dana Moore, and myself, served on the regional board. We were treated to fantastic educational presentations, a bit of business, hands-on trips, and a trip to the Alaska State Fair. I watched my first pig contest there. Central District is holding its 3rd Stick and Paint workshop this month on the 23rd at 1 o'clock in Ellisburg. All of you are invited. It was super fun. This happens to be a super fun gathering and fundraiser for our district. And I can't brag enough about our resident artist and workshop leader, Diane Franchini. She leads our painting with laugh and giggles, and somehow she inspires amazing artists. Ellisburg is only 2.5 hours away, you guys.
Thank you, Terry. Sounds like there's some fun things going on in Central District. Chinook District is up next with Director Penny Merriman.
Thank you, Suzanne. I told what all our clubs are doing in the written report. So this report will talk about what we're going to do next year. We have 7 clubs in the Chinook District, and our first meeting in September, Suzanne visited us and we were blessed with her honor. And she gave us a nice talk about what her goals were. Some of our activities for the coming year include hosting and a techniques and mechanics in floral design workshop October 23rd at the Warren C. Building in Auburn, where attendees will see a demonstration of techniques to help boost their design skills and practice those techniques. Chinook District Designers Guild and Judges Council is sponsoring this workshop. Beginning to plan for an NGC flower show to be held in May 21st at the Auburn Methodist Church where we meet. So we're starting plans on that. Because my focus has been youth, we worked with the girls. We are going to be working with Girl Scout leaders more this year and having them work with badges that have to do with environmental and community service. We are encouraging local teachers to apply for the District Teacher Youth Grant, And last year, we supported 4 teachers at $400 each in the Chinook district. And also many of our clubs give individual grants to teachers. So we're really getting out there and helping the teachers with their classes. We are reaching out to find new members in all the 7 clubs. We're encouraging members to apply for more grants and awards. These are some of our goals for the coming months. Thank you, Penny Merriman, Chinook District.
Thank you, Penny. The next is Cross Sound District, and we have Pam Etty reporting for them. Oh, you're Limb Peninsula. I apologize. Oh, it's Madeline. Madeline, are you reporting for the Cross Sound District? Okay, Madeline is saying that Joya has sent a letter and they can refer to the written report. Is that what you're referring to? The written report that has already gone out. Thank you, Madeline. And thank you, Joya, for your written report. Next up is Linda White from East Lake, Washington.
I really have nothing to add to my written report, but I do have a correction on my written report. We said that the board lady who's coming to speak, that her name was Lisa Lilly, and it's Lisa Libby. So that's all I have, and good luck to everybody. Lisa what? Libby,
Libby spelled L-I-B-B-Y. Okay.
the board lady.
Okay, let's see. Greater Seattle. Mitch is with us today. Come on up, Mitch Crosby, he's the director. Oh, Mitch says refer to his written report that's been distributed. And then Helen Dale is next. Kathy? I'm sorry, I should say the last name as well, Kathy Johnson.
Thank you. Can you feel that change in the air? A sweet dampness returns with cool nights and morning dew. What a relief after those hot days of July and August. Hillendale District survived those hot days of summer and is now ready for a productive fall season as we travel along the garden path. Is communication in your clubs and districts difficult? Do you cover all the stuff and important dates at your district meetings, but still members and even your officers ask, I didn't hear about that. Well, our district does have 4 board meetings a year, and we do talk and recap all the important events and dates, but we still get people asking what's going on. So for the last year, I have made a 1-page newsletter called Kathy's Corner that I email to all the presidents and executive board members. The intent of this short but sweet newsletter is to remind the presidents that are also very busy with their own club activities, the 4 most important items happening in the district. This newsletter is not just writing another email, but sending it as an attachment with only 4 main bullet points and some fun, cute artwork, hoping to really get their attention. Here's a couple examples. This is from December. This one is from May. So 4 main bullet points, decorated. Kathy's Corner is consistently sent out on the 30th of each month. It is hopefully helping the presidents with a friendly reminder and also to thank them and pass this information and these points along to their club members as well. I'm not sure if Kathy's Corner has really worked or not, but I'm trying to keep the district informed and have it stay strong. Around September 22nd, autumn arrives with the equal hours of daylight and darkness. The changing light and cooling weather are seasonal signals for plants to shift into winter season modes. Moisture is returning and the soil will still be warm enough and pleasant to handle and support root growth. Enthusiasm for gardening is refreshed.
Thank you, Kathy. You do have a way of telling your story I really like. Very visual, right? Thank you. And now, Pam. I'm sorry about my error earlier. Pam Etty is stepping into Director Linda Wells' shoes for this meeting.
Yes.
Thank you. It's nice to have you with us, Pam.
As you may or may not know, poor Linda fell and shattered her foot. So she's going to be off and unable to attend many things this rest of this year. So here I am. I'm the assistant director, and so I get to practice. I did send in the written report for us, so you can all refer to that, but I will pick out a few items just to remind you all of things that are going on and what we've done in the district. We have 4 active clubs that are participating, and Port Angeles Garden Club, which is my home garden club, of course, is one of the largest, and we do many things. One of which is coming up just this month, September 21st, is going to be Forever String Fest. It's our 3rd annual one, and this is an environmental fair that we put on with flag hypers. We're going to have a band. We have bands. We're going to have food trucks this year. It's going to be downtown in front of the new Field Hall, which is an event center that we just completed this last year. And it's going to be a fabulous event. We have over almost 50 exhibitors, and it's all free to the public. So come on down to Port Angeles. I'll leave this out front so you can see it. We had a great plant sale. We do a raffle every year, and we raffle off a Victoria trip. So our Victoria trip was 2 nights over Victoria, Bouchard Gardens, dinner, tea at the Bouchard Gardens, and transportation on the ferry, everything. It's a total 2-night stay at the Grand Pacific and so forth. So we do that every year. And that nets us, I think, total, we were able to fund over $8,000 in scholarships this last year. Yeah, it was pretty good. That with our read sale too, we do that. Tri-Area, I wanted to just say a little something about them. They're trying a little something different this year. Anyway, they are installing new presidents this last month, and they are changing their they're keeping the calendar to reflect the same in the state, but they are extending their year to include meetings in July and August, and not in January and February when the weather's not so great. So that's something that they're going to try. So we'll report back on that and see how that goes. Okay, I'm done. You have one. Yes.
Thank you, Pam. Lots of fun things that are happening in all of our districts. I appreciate all of you district directors and how well you manage your groups and keep everybody engaged and enthusiastic. We're going to take a brief recess at this point. Let's see, let me check the time. It's 10:09. So let's plan to be back by 10:20 for our viewers at home. There are some people in our group. Oh, now we're recording. Good. There are some members in our group that I want to convey my sincere appreciation to for everything that they have done for the organization, for their committees, for me personally. And so I'm going to take a few minutes to hand out start with Ms. Gail Wallinger. Stand, please, Gail. You don't have to come around here unless you'd like to. I just want to say a quick sentence about Gail. She has been with this organization and had her intelligence, wisdom into our finances. We could not operate without this lady, so we give her a big hand, please. Thank you for all you do. The next one is for Tori Bennett. Tori Bennett jumps up and helps all the time. I've been involved for 10 years now with this organization, and I have watched her just be here. Every meeting, helping out. And we appreciate you, Tori. Want you to know that. The next one is Dorothy Burke, who's expand. Dorothy doesn't know how to say no. It's not in her vocabulary. And again, in my time, not just last year, but many, many years before, she has always stepped up as a treasurer, as a registrar, to help run flower show schools, flower shows themselves, not only for her committee, for her club, but also for the district and for the state. And so Dorothy, you get a nice round of applause and thanks. I don't think I need to explain that Terry just those things. You're awesome. She does it all. She's awards, she's district director, she's a president, she's everything. And again, Terry has been so helpful to me during my transition into being president. I want to thank you and let you know I appreciate you. You're welcome. Now these are two for Julie. Come up here, please. Julie and Ellen Daly, come over here. This is your three musketeers here.
Oh, my buddy Ellie.
We are, these two have, again, for almost 10 years now. Julie, there's one for you. And there's one for Ellen. They have come to not only my rescue, but just been there as a friend, listened to my whining, took my phone calls, helped me through panic times, all of that. And I just want to take this time to tell you how much you're both appreciated.
It's been fun. It's our.
Yeah, thank you.
It's not over. Yeah.
No, it's not over. Coming up next is Jeanette Bruin. Oh dear, she has such a nice smile, doesn't she? My goodness. Jeanette also has been just such a great mentor to me in recent years as I was working my way up through the different stages. And now as president, she even keeps me on track during the meetings when I skip people accidentally. But honestly, this organization couldn't be what it was without Jeanette. It's so nice to meet you, ladies. Please give her that. Let's stand up. You are very welcome here. We love you. We love you. We won't ever let you go, Jeanette. And I have one left. And this one is from Brent Tabacci. I wish she could be here. I wish she could be here because for those of you who haven't gotten a chance to know Brent and what she has done for the whole garden club movement, and I'm saying whole, this is nationwide. Her credentials in the directory are about half a page of things that she's doing right now. But if she listed all of those things she's been involved with in her time as a garden club member, you probably need 3 or 4 pages because she's been just a rock solid person you can depend on. And she needed to be given attention to. I wish she was here, but Bryn, we'll make sure that you look at the video, and we thank you for everything that you've done for WSFGC. Okay, next, I came back from the Pacific Region Convention with this stack of awards to hand out. There's 35 of them here. I said that too. We were, as numbers go, Washington State was second only to California for the number of awards out of the 9 states. And we can thank this lady over here for that.
So we have
And you do have to remember that California has like 20,000 members and hundreds of clubs because they're so big. So we gave them a run for their money, but we can. So what I'd like to do is ask the district directors to come up here and stand. And as I go through these awards, I will hand them to you for your district. I could have done that ahead of time and just handed you a bunch, but I think it's a lot more fun if everybody gets to see what these awards are. You know, you've worked hard for them and you need to get some kudos for it. So we're going to do that. Terry asked me to remind you that there are youth awards in this group that have not been previously published. So there are some surprises, so hang tight. Okay, let's get started. Let's get the district directors up here in front of the head table.
You want us to hold our placards?
Well, if you want to, you sure can. Do you mind? I don't know what order these are in. But I'm going to start with. I love it. They're all doing it. I'm going to step on to the side. Wonderful. The first one I'm going to announce is somebody that's not here. And I don't want to give it to Debbie for obvious reasons. Chris, this is for you. For your website work, award number 20DB, first place from the Pacific region. Queen of Spades Garden Club. Queen of Spades. Yearbook Award, honorable mention. Port Angeles Garden Club, the Native Flora Education Program. This is for the state directory for Washington State Federation of Garden Clubs, first place. Who did that? That's good for you. Any other state publication? Washington State Federation of Garden Clubs. I don't know which one, what that is for, Terry.
Well, they gave it.
Any other?
This could be for the program in Mating Guide.
Oh, okay, good.
And one more.
Oh, and one more. Any other state publications? First place.
The award.
Woo-hoo. Okay. Root and Bloom. First place for Native Flora Education. This is one of the youth awards. This is the first place for Era Reynolds in the Youth Pollinator Poster Contest. It doesn't say what district.
I said it's Illinois. Oh, it's Illinois.
We'll find the right place. It doesn't say on the. Oh, okay. And this one also is, this is a first grade second place for the Youth Pollinator Poster. Okay, and another first place in fourth grade for the Youth Pollinator Poster.
So Illinois Garden Club.
They're all Black Hills.
If you didn't hear Debbie, these are all Black Hills, Illinois Garden Club. They meet down in Randall, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Long way from Black Hills meeting, group meetings most of the time, but they're in our district. First place to fourth grade youth recycled sculpture. Well, again, they're not,
Oh,
the name. Isabella Stevens.
we don't know.
They don't have the. Oh, Rosalia. Oh, great. Well, then we'll give that to Marvalee. Okay. Did everybody catch that? That one we just did, Marvalee's gonna take that one back to Rosalia Garden Club. Second place, fifth grade, youth recycled sculpture, Emma Dickinson. Rosalia. There's another one for you, Marvalee. You might as well stay there. There might be more. First place for seventh grade youth recycled sculpture is Izzy Ferrara. That's you too, okay. Second place, eighth grade for youth recycled sculpture is Liam Freed. Does that ring a bell?
Yeah.
Second place, sixth grade youth recycled sculpture for Evelyn Snyder. That's Chinook. Congratulations. Here's a first place in kindergarten for youth pollinator contest. Ella Heath. This one's for the Port Angeles Club. Here she is. It's first place for the yearbook in Ward 3E for the E level size club. Marine Hills, third place for community service. Uh-oh. Got that. This is for the Tri-Area Club. First place in their club size for their website. That's you, right? Tri-Area?
Tri-area, yes.
Red Bloom. A first place for youth activities environmental. Here's another one for the Rosalia Club. First place for the yearbook. Congratulations. First place social media, Queen of Spades Garden Club. First place civic achievement, Port Angeles Garden Club. I bet that's for your stream fest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Might as well give it another plug, Pam.
Yeah.
Okay, garden therapy, Port Angeles Garden Club. This is for the Olympia Garden Club for any publication, any other publication membership. Membership brochure. Yeah. And another one for the Olympia Garden Club, a first place for flower show. O'Brien Garden Club, help me out, which this is. Should have, okay. And first place, any other publication membership. Yeah, don't go away, don't go too far. We've got another one for Marine Hills Garden Club for garden therapy, first place. This is for one of our clubs at large. First place for the yearbook, Edmonds Florida Garden Club. We don't have anybody representing them, so we'll make sure that goes in the mail. Oh my gosh, I'm losing my breath. Okay. Here's another one for Black Hills. Second place, Flower Show Friendly Flower Garden Club. There's another club at large for Kelso Garden Club, first place for their Blue Star Memorial Marker Landscaping. Oops. If you haven't been down to Kelso, take a breath. If you haven't been down to Kelso and seen the presentation of their Blue Star and their Gold Star in the park, I believe it's called Shannon Park, right off the highway. They've just done a beautiful job. They sit right next to each other on stone. Beautiful. Another one for Kelso, first place, any other publication? For the program. Did you hear that? That was for their Blue Star Memorial Program. Dogwood Garden Club, for civic achievement, second place. First place for flower show schedule for Country Gardeners Club.
Sorry.
I was gonna say, yeah, that's, do I give it to her? Okay, Black Hills Flower Designers, second place for the yearbook.
Job, Dorothy.
Oh, thank you. Am I doing these too fast? Nope. Okay. Second place for yearbook is Auburn Garden Club. Civic District. Second place published article, horticulture, Carla Stover. Is that in your group? Dale, congratulations to her. Another one for Chinook District for first place in their yearbook. You guys did good. Okay. Flower Show East Lake Washington District, first place. I think I came to that show. It was wonderful. Hillendale District, first place newsletter. Hillendale District Youth Activities, first place. You want to just stand over here? No, you can have them all. First place for your website for Hillendale District. Civic Achievement, first place, Hillendale District. Oh, they're blowing us a lot of water. Another. First place, any other publication membership, Hillendale District. And is this the last one? Okay. And the last one, drum roll, goes to Hillendale District. First place for flower show schedule. Congratulations to all of you. Being handed that big stack of awards, the Pacific regions. Thank you for participating.
Part of that is applying for this. There's a lot of activities out there, but you have to.
Thank you, Ellen. Thank you, Suzanne.
We hope that seeing the distribution of all of these wonderful awards will, energize and get your groups reared up to do more applications. Who said that about you have to apply for it? Right. You have to apply for them. Okay, I'm going to take a minute and catch my breath. So we're going to move into the chairman reports. Linda, do you want to come up first and discuss the June 2025 Convention Judges Council? He finds it later.
Wow, congratulations to all of you for your awards.
Yes.
I know we all do them, but it's really nice if you can get appreciated for them, and that's the whole reason I for an award. So your people can be excited. So we had this is Judges Council report, and we have seen an increase in flower shows, which makes us all happy and lets us know that we are getting back into the swing. A priority is for each council to work with their design guilds and individual clubs to put on small standard shows. Members really do love sharing what they grow. You can have just a horticulture show, 3 student judges are working on their schedule and 1 has already submitted theirs. So not too long, we'll have 4 new judges. Once they receive their passing grades, they will be accredited. No more handbook test. How lucky are they? we're getting 4 new judges, but we have 8 that are going emeritus by the end of next year. So I am really going to encourage a district to consider starting a series of flower show schools. We're going to need them desperately here in a couple of years, more judges. We spent yesterday having a different kind of judges council. We spent it critiquing and judging horticulture. And that helps us learn to become better judges. Kind of gets us all on the same track. Like always, there's new cultivars, changing plant pennies, and sneaky methods, not only used to dyeing flowers, but there's new hybrids and cultivars that you can't tell the difference. Makes it hard for us. But from experience, we have learned when in doubt, the exhibitor wins. Because we don't want egg on our faces. Thank you all for having flower shows, inviting us to judge, and to giving us the opportunity to share what we know with you. So thank you. And now, the wonderful world of color Convention 25, brought to you by the Hillendale District. The convention will be held at the Little Creek Casino and Resort, June 5 through 8. Our committees have planned wonderful workshops, both hands-on, fun, and we're doing a few informational for learning tracks too. We're very excited about our program selections. Lunch speaker the first day is Neil Sanders, who has written many books involving garden clubs and their members. The first one I read was A Murder at the Flower Show. Neil has been involved in garden club for years, thanks to his wife. He helps a lot. He's helped set up the Philadelphia Flower Show, and he often mentions NGC members whose names you will recognize. So it's really fun to read Neil's books. They all have a little murder and whodunit in them involving garden club members. So I'm really excited to hear him. That evening, our design program will be presented by Sasha Middleton, who loves color and using very unconventional materials in her designs. She holds the rank of Raja, the highest teaching level in the Sagitso School of Ekabana, but she's also an NGC designer, never fear. She has become a friend and a mentor to those of us who go to OPAD each year. And in August, we took a class making design structures using bamboo and pickleballs. Who knew? Do you know how many colors pickleballs come in? Oh my, you can even get glow in the dark ones. It's really fascinating. And then Patricia Green from the Squaxin tribe will be our lunch speaker the next afternoon. And she will talk about all the environmental issues that the tribe is dedicated to. And they do have an historic museum and a native garden all within 5 minutes of the resort. And we're working with Patricia to make sure that it'll be open for us to be able to take a tour. So we're really excited. And wow, I think we've got a great start to the wonderful world of color. Thank you. Set your calendar for the date, which is June 5, 6. Linda, I'm asking 5 through 8. And Judy Swartz is here ready to go. Let's see what we have on Julie's, or
Judy's list today. Actually, we don't have you on here for a little while. Okay, we'll come back to the others that I have before the, no, you stay where you are. Blue Star Markers membership, new clubs. Okay. All right, good morning, everybody. I wish I was Billy Fish and could tell you a really funny, halfway nice joke, but I'm not. So what I will do is give a report first on membership. And we're celebrating 90 years this year as the Washington State Federation of Garden Clubs. And many of our members are celebrating their membership. We started at 40, 50, and 60 years. We've had 10 people within our membership that we know of that are members 60 years or more, one of whom is here today, Lona Carter. So congratulations, Lona. We have others as well, and so that's been a huge hit. Over 80 certificates were printed just for members. So you can tell how old we all are. Yeah, so anyway, a shout out goes to Linda White, the East Lake Washington District Director, for her persistence and friendliness in the attempts to get clubs to join the district. For example, I'm not following my outline, but I will in a way. Duval was interested in starting a club. They have started a club. They don't see a reason for them to be a member of a district or the state. Now, just recently, I mailed them. I keep in touch with them all the time. And I know Linda just invited them to her district meeting. We're not letting go. We're like little bulldogs. We're going to keep in touch in a kind and friendly manner in the hopes that they realize and come to Jesus. You know, it's the sort of thing, I'm sorry if that offends you, but anyway, that's the sort of thing that we really need to do is keep track of these clubs. We also have a couple of other clubs in that area. And I tell you, I can't even keep track of how many wannabe clubs we have lacking leadership. They want to be in a club. Nobody wants to start it. I can't go to Antioch. I'm sorry. I don't think the state funds nor my own would allow me to go to Antioch and stay for a while, which is north of Chelan, by the way. So that's too far. We have others as well, and I've kept in touch with these people. So we keep trying. Mill Creek has rejoined the state. They were a former Evergreen Snohomish County club that left a long time ago, and they've now rejoined. They're getting their feet wet. They're very nervous about this whole thing of rejoining, fearing that they have too many responsibilities. So again, lots of whining. So anyway, Walla Walla, I could go on and on. All right, that's what that job is. Blue Star, Gold, and Gold Star markers. Boga Shield Garden Club of Forks has received their garden club, or received their marker. At some point, there'll be a dedication when that gets set. Black Hills has ordered one, and production is behind at Siwa, which is our manufacturer. And I just talked to our national Blue Star marker or Gold Star marker person, and it's in production, so it should be coming soon. That's what we hear, whatever soon means. It's been a while since it was ordered. We are in negotiations with the engineering department of DuPont, the city of DuPont, which is the presence of the very first presence of military presence here in this Northwest. We had Fort Vancouver, but in 1854, on August 22nd, they started and actually installed Fort Steilacoom in DuPont, and there's a site there where it is. The buildings are now moved and preserved up at Point Defiance, but the site's still there. There's an access to Fort Lewis from DuPont, and I would say probably 60% of the people that live in DuPont are somehow involved in the military. So now we're just working on placement and whatever the funds are in place. And the price was raised without a lot of notice. Actually, it was raised quite a bit. So in order to get a big standard Blue Star Memorial marker shipped to us now is $2,600. Just so you know, the pricey deal, that's a very expensive thing for a club. So that's what they are. All of you, or most of you, should have your Vision of Beauty in hand, or your district directors have your Visions of Beauty in hand by now. So that's my report. Thank you. I'm going to add a quick comment to what Judy said, just for the benefit of our viewers on the streaming. And that is to encourage you, if you don't know what the Blue Star and Gold Star Markers program is about, please go to the website and learn, but either on our state website or the NGC website. It's a wonderful program, and we're really proud to be part of that. And Judy, thank you for all your work. Okay, I'm going to backtrack a little bit. I do this sometimes. I throw you curves. Sometimes I get my agenda out too early, and then I add things and I forget. Well, oops, you guys didn't get that. I do have the one on the website, and the one I brought today is most current, but anyway, we're going to backtrack for just a moment. I wanted to make a very short comment about the November 2024 board meeting that we have coming up. For those of you who have put it together, the day before our board meeting, when we'll be in Shelton at Little Creek for our winter fall board meeting, is election day. Yeah. A year and a half ago, when we were picking dates and looking at the calendar, we didn't make that connection. So, or I can own it, I didn't make that connection. So what we're going to do, rather than trying to reschedule that meeting, knowing that it is election day, we're going to do sort of an abbreviated day on the 9th. We'll have, I'm sorry, the 5th. I have too many meetings in my head. November 5th, Tuesday. We're going to have an abbreviated meeting with time for committees to meet in a location if they choose to. We'll have some sort of activity in the afternoon if you choose to participate, workshop, something like that. And then we're going to have an early dinner so that those of us who want to either get together to watch the election returns or want to sit alone in our rooms to watch the election returns, whatever, can do so. And we will be in a casino. So those of you who don't want to have anything to do with the election can do that, right? Okay, we're trying to make this work for everybody. So please don't let the election interfere with your plans to come to the winter board meeting, okay? 4th and 5th. 5th and 6th. November 5th and 6th. Election day, and then our board meeting will be the next day on the 6th. Okay. What else did I have? Okay, next up, I believe is our president-elect with her reports for a number of different things.
First is Arbor Day. Just a reminder that Arbor Day awards are due on the 1st of December to me. Please send them electronically if possible. And remember, it doesn't have to be a tree you plant. It could also be shrubs. A district can be eligible for the Arbor Day Award, but only clubs are eligible for the Pat Crawford Arbor Day Award. And remember at the last meeting, I reported on the moon trees and that Washington State was gifted one. Well, this summer, my grandson Connor and I decided that we were going to try to find the moon tree. And we found it on a corner near Capitol Way on the Capitol grounds. And I took a picture, here's the moon tree, and they have a plaque beside the tree. And, you know, I told you it's a Douglas fir, kind of boring. But, so I will leave this picture up here if you would like to see it. And next one is working with youth. So youth garden clubs. This was a topic of discussion during the district directors meeting. And now I'm going to ask the board members who are present, I'm going to ask you the following questions. How many garden clubs do you know that have youth affiliate clubs or youth garden clubs? Does yours? Does your garden club know of schools that have gardens, but they are not youth garden clubs? Do you ever pass by a school and see a garden on the school grounds? All clubs of NGC can organize and or sponsor a youth garden club. You can also work with youth in settings other than a youth garden club. Youth gardening programs by NGC clubs can be affiliated with a school, church, neighborhood, daycare centers, or established youth organizations such as Scouts, 4-H, Science and Ecology clubs, Master Gardeners, Future Farmers of America, and I think they forgot Boys and Girls clubs. So that's a good organization to also see about a youth garden club. My club has 2 youth affiliates, Seeds and Sprouts, at a low-income elementary school in Lacey. Every year we ensure they receive funds to help with their planting beds and plants, and we also gifted them with our first Next Trex bench. And then during the summer, I noticed a very nice garden at one of the elementary schools that I pass by all the time. And so now that school is back in session, I plan on finding out who the teacher or teachers are that are in charge of this garden. And I plan on asking them if they would like to be a youth garden club affiliated with the Olympia Garden Club. It doesn't cost that much. It's only like, I think it's 10 cents a member, no, 50 cents for the club and 10 cents a member. So each of our clubs is costing us $2.50. So, you know, it's something that your clubs might think about. You know, remember the next gardeners are going to be these kids. So the more they can learn about plants, insects, everything like that, the better off we're going to be. Then we have club websites. At the district directors meeting, they were provided with a handout that shows the districts and clubs who still need to provide Chris with information for their garden, for their club profile. At this point, we only have 14 active district clubs and 5 clubs at large who do not have a club profile. I think that's I really like that. 3 districts are at 100%. Cross Sound District, Greater Seattle, and Hill and Dale. So congratulations. And at the end of Suzanne's term, the committee would really like to see every club on the list in blue. Blue that denotes that you have a club profile on the website. And again, a huge thank you to Kathy Johnson and Chris Hill for making this project so successful. And last but not least, Policy and Procedure Committee. Policy and Procedure Committee met on Zoom 6 September, 10 a.m. to review Section E, pages 1 through 18, 19, someplace around there, concerning NGC schools. There were many deletions, corrections, and additions made, and if you want to see that huge packet of all of my corrections and additions, everything, let me know and I'll show it to you. The change that I need the board to be aware of is that we took out the sentences
stating that if a school is sponsored by a district, the district is financially responsible for any loss. So we deleted that sentence wherever we found it. That was not only deleted for Flower Show School, but also for environmental, gardening, and landscape design schools. So before I make a motion, I would like to thank Linda Maida, Linda Sundin, and Bryn Tavachi for their input on these NGC school section. It was invaluable, so thank you. So on behalf of the Policy and Procedure Committee, I would like to make a motion that if a district or club sponsors a school, that WSFGC will be financially responsible for any loss incurred, provided their budget was approved by the WSFGC Board of Directors.
Thank you for the motion. Does everyone understand? Is there any debate or discussion on this proposal or this motion? Not seeing any, then I would like to take a vote of all of those in favor. Raise your hand. Opposed? Raise your hand. The motion has passed. Thank you, Dory, and the Policy and Procedure Committee that was a lot of work on that section E of the Policy and Procedure. Again, that revised copy will be available on the website under form members only, forms, dues, all that kind of stuff. And you might fill up a cup of coffee before you sit down to look at it, because it's about 20 pages long. But there is a lot of really important information about our schools and shows. So, and next is Terry Critchlow with awards and proposals.
Yes.
I just did that for security. All right, on the agenda, it does say proposal. And I'm not going to discuss that at all, other than I'll let you know, I did make a proposal to the Organizational Study Committee concerning term limits. All right, here's my awards report. Last June at our annual convention meeting, we held our award ceremony, distributing the many awards won by our member clubs and districts, along with the 2023 award booklet. Because of the late dates of the conventions, especially the Pacific region, just held 2 weeks ago in August, I was not able to get the first place winners listed in that issue, which is June or summer of Washington Garden and Design. So I do want to let you know that our national and our Pacific region winners will be in this upcoming issue to be recognized. There you go. On the table over there are some of your current awards that you sent in and their evaluations, and some old ones. What we've always done or used to do at our convention, we've spread out those awards applications and their evaluation sheets to share, so we all knew what people were applying for, gave us ideas, and let us know the evaluations, how we might improve or change. So we're bringing that back from all our chairmen. So every convention, we will have an awards table with the awards that have come in, and then you can see them, and the district directors or clubs will pick them up at the end of the day. And please pick those up at the end of the day. We have, since we fell off the wagon there when the pandemic came, and we quit having conventions. We quit having in-person conventions. So there are a lot of awards missing in your history books, but we're getting back on that wagon so we can all learn from them. Nowadays, though, because of all that, we have electronic entrants. They were all hard copies before. So what the chairmen are going to do, they're not going to print out all your applications that they receive. Some awards chairmen get many applications. But they will print out the evaluation sheets. And if they don't email them to you ahead of time, they will be sitting on that table for you to look at, for all the awards that your district or clubs may have put in. Except the publication awards. You'll notice those are one of the few awards that they're still accepting hard copies. That's a publication award. That falls under publications. So, but they are still accepting some of those and most of those by hard copies, both of the Pacific region and nationally. So those, once they get back and they get that fabulous award, will also be over on that table. So I just wanted to remind you about that, remind the chairman sitting here in the room that we really need to hear about the awards that you're sharing in Washington Garden Design. I hope in future agendas we see your name and keep on keeping on.
Thank you, thank you. Where did the blue star markers? We've added another chairman to the list last minute. Leanna, would you like to come up to the front? She is going to be reporting on the Community Enhancements Award.
I want to start by thanking Terry because we as chairmen send all of our things to her and she does her magic of knowing what to send on to Pacific and how to make it fit their categories that are always a little bit different than ours. So that's a big job and thank you, Terry, because it's a big one. I also would like to remind everyone that on page 39 of your directory is your award rules. So when you're starting to do your applications, start there. That will be a great help to you. The Community Enhancement Awards are all ones that are digital. And so I will be working on emailing those comment sheet backs to the applications because I was victim of that. I totally forgot about all that when I received everything digitally and I took care of it digitally and sent it on to Terry digitally and then went, oh, nothing went back other than the actual awards, but the comment sheet didn't go back. So we'll fix that. I'm learning too. So our Community Enhancement Award has quite a few categories. And of course, they can be applied by a club, group of clubs, districts, councils. So there's lots of different ways to apply. So we have our community beautification has several categories, which is your roadside beautification. And now that's a permanent site. So be thinking about that. And that's a good club. They've been working on something, on a long-term basis. But we also have our community beautification for your most outstanding project in a city or neighborhood. Sorry. I don't have these memorized, sorry. And we have our roadside plantings. And that's a beautification designed for environmental preservation and enhancement using wildflowers. Again, this is all starting on page 44 of your directory. Then we have another section. So this last year, I got about 15 applications because we have so many categories, which thank you, that was awesome. But we could be doing them. I know that you guys are doing a lot more. Community service. Community gardens is one of the categories. And this is providing green space and or opportunities for social gatherings, beautification, education, recreation, or the growing of food. Again, you really have to read those categories to know where your project fits, because I know you're doing them. And within that, that's establishment of a new community garden, establishment of a new community garden while partnering with another organization, continuing participation in the community garden, and continued participation in a community garden while partnering with another organization. So there's lots of categories. Are you doing it by yourself or you're partnering? Civic achievement is civic or conservation working, making a permanent improvement for public benefit. Again, either by a single club. And this is things like establishing sanctuaries, children's gardens. A lot of you are doing children's gardens, municipal gardens, but no commercial projects are eligible. These have to be garden club things. Food bank donations. Special achievement. This is an outstanding civic project furthering the NGC objectives and projects throughout the club year. And again, each of these have the different categories, whether you're doing it as a club or with a group of clubs, those sort of things. Our community project with native plantings and wildflowers. This is given for establishing a wildflower garden, memorial gardens, or the restoration of historic gardens with emphasis on plant material native to your region. Again, lots of different opportunities. And then we also have within the community enhancements, the Blue Star, Gold Star marker landscaping. And that is given for the most outstanding Blue Star or Gold Star marker landscape project. It may be part of a highway department rest area maintained by the department. The project may have been continuous, but major landscaping must have been completed within the previous 2 years. So you had to update it, do some things. So those are the categories. There's a lot of them. Again, really read, help me, because sometimes Terry's had to correct me because I thought you were in the right category and you weren't quite in the right category with the applications. Thank you, Terry. And also another thing to just think of it in general with your awards is to find the award that really fits your project. Sometimes we're seeing the same project and it's applying for like 6, 8 awards from having done the same thing. And sometimes that qualifies, but then sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, so we have to be kind of careful about that. So get those committee enhancement awards applications in, and again, everything starts on page 39 of your directory.
Thank you, Leanna. Ellen, do you have anything on directories that you'd like to speak to? Nothing today? Okay. Ann Sullivan is up next with the Endowment Committee report.
The Washington State Federation of Garden Clubs Endowment Fund is doing very well. In my written reports, I have included copies of the summary of requests that the Endowment Fund has received and the Endowment Distribution Fund, which lists where the funds can go at this time, and it changes. I wanted everyone to know how many places we've given funds to and ones that are able to have them. Since the inception of the endowment fund, we have distributed over $100,000. Currently, our assets actually exceed the initial investment, which is wonderful. Please remember, though, that the endowment fund is subject to the vagaries of the stock market. We will hope it continues the way it does. The Endowment Committee has asked the Organization Study Committee to increase the size of the Endowment Committee. We have asked that 2 new members be added to the committee beginning with the 2025-2027 term. Currently, the endowment committee is made up of 11 members. 5 members of the committee serve because of their positions in WSFGC. They are the WSFGC president, first vice president, immediate former president, investment officer, and the treasurer. By adding 2 new positions, the number of other members of the committee will be increased to 8. The total number of members of the endowment committee would then be 13. It is the responsibility of the nominating committee to pick these members. We want as many members as possible from all over the state, the general membership, to be a member of the committee. If you or someone you know would like to be a member of our committee during the 2025-2027 term, contact the nominating committee co-chairs, Evie Marwood and Linda Maida. Anyone can also attend the endowment committee meetings. They're held via Zoom about a month before the state meetings. Contact me and I will send you the Zoom link. Thank you.
Thank you, Anne. We all appreciate what the endowment committee is doing, and the addition of 2 more members from the general membership is a really great next step for this process. I guess Diana's up next. She's waiting in the wings. Diane Frankie.
I have a couple of different hats that I'm wearing today. So the first one is with the endowment committee, and it's a subcommittee within it, which is the grants. Anybody in here not want to be given $100 or $1,000 free? No requirements to pay it back. All you have to do is make a request and submit it to the endowment fund project grants chairman. That's me right now. Before March 15th. By April 1st, all approved grants checks are in the mail. So who has benefited from free money in the past? We have processed 66 grant requests since 2019. Those 66 requests represent 5 districts who have made requests and 31 garden clubs representing all of our districts, 9 of those 31 were also clubs at large. A total of $41,665 has been distributed that goes back into our communities, helps to beautify and work with our communities. Want to get in on the $10,000 that's waiting to go out to clubs and districts April 1st, 2025? It's easy. Go to wagardenclubs.com. That's the state website. Open scholarships and endowment in the search bar across the top. Open project grant endowment fund and press the click here button. That takes you directly to the application. It's a pretty simple application to complete. I look forward to reading about the amazing projects that our garden club members are doing. The second hat is the NGC Youth Poetry Contest for 2025. Raise your hand if you have a child, grandchild, great-grandchild, niece, nephew, or neighbor who's in grades K through 12. Every one of those children is eligible to enter the NGC Youth Poetry Contest. You are the person that can make that child a winner. Every grade level has a winner. Last year, I had a very excited neighbor who I sponsored. Her poem took first in WSFGC and second at nationals. You can bet she wants to enter another poem this year. The topic for this year is, and it's very long, so yeah, there's a real easy way to remember it, but my garden has vegetables to share that I can, to spare that I can share, helping fight hunger by sharing vegetables from our garden. So it's a poem about growing vegetables that you're sharing with other people. A two-page colorful handout can be printed, and I brought one. There's 2 pages like this, with lots of color that uses up a lot of ink on my computer, just so you know. But it's available on the NGC website. Just Google National Gardening Club's Youth Poetry Contest, and it will be easily available on there. I did this just to check to see the process to find it, and it's really easy. There are a couple of bullet points to remember for this. Poems do not have to rhyme. Any poetry style is acceptable. They are encouraged to use a creative title that reflects the theme, but not use that whole long statement, theme statement as their title. Poems cannot be more than 24 lines, including the title, and that's because they publish the winners, National publishes the winners, and so 24 lines fits on 1 page. The deadline to me is December 15th, 2024. Let the children you know show their creativity by sponsoring them to enter the NGC Youth Poetry Contest. Help every child be a winner. And they really do get excited. The little girl who won, but this, just an added note to this. We only had 1 entry in the state. All of those hands that were up, you should have been sending in at least 1 poetry. I'm hoping to read a lot of them. But at our county fair, at the Kittitas County Fair, one of our members did an educational board of what Queens of Spades does, and her picture with all her awards that I had given her after the awards were given out was on that board. And when she was at the fair, she saw that and got very excited and had to have a picture taken next to our board to show that she was a part of that garden effort. The last thing is that I asked Suzanne if I might make just a little bit of a traffic alert announcement to you. I have a web watch. It's called Watch Duty for fire watches. And as you came over on Thursday and Friday, you might have noticed that there's fire activity on Blewett Pass. And 2 hours ago, I get this app gives me immediate replies of notices of the changes that have been made. So as you're getting ready to head back over, there are evacuation warnings for the Liberty area. Those were actually in place when you came over, so that has not changed. What has changed is when you came over, the fire at Swat Creek and in the Liberty area has started as 5 acres, and it very quickly grew to over 100 acres. Yeah, so there's a lot of fire activity in that area, and resources have been ordered and are expected to arrive over the next few days. Air resources will continue to drop water and retardant on the fire. And crews are identifying existing roads and trails that can be used as fire line. I'm just giving you highlights of this. The one thing is having to do with Highway 97. It is now restricted to have 1 lane of travel with a pilot car for today through that area.
Is that Blewett Pass?
That is on Blewett Pass, yes. There had been, the week before we came over, a large fire on, well, not in comparison to this one, at the summit of Blewett that closed the pass. And then they went to a pilot car restriction. And this one started the day that we were coming over. So, yeah, it's a very quick spreading fire, but there's going to be some delays. So be patient if you're going that way. The other way takes a little bit, adds a half an hour or so. Well, half an hour to get back to Ellensburg anyway. Is going through Wenatchee and Quincy and getting on I-90 then from there. So if you're not interested in, trying to maneuver through the fire crews, and there was a lot of smoke, I know on, Monday, morning, when we came over, that, just to let you know what that is. And I'll check it again before we leave and say, hey, is there any kind of closure to let you know?
Okay, we're gonna try to get some clarification here. So can you describe that route again? If we're going from Leavenworth to the South Sound area, we would go over towards Wenatchee and then south, and then back over
Or Stevens Pass.
or Stevens.
Yeah, Stevens Pass will take you and come out north in Monroe.
Oh,
It's probably going to be just as slow as going through Wenatchee and on I-90.
Yeah. Okay, well, be warned. Thank you for that traffic update. Really appreciate it, Diane.
This is a great app, by the way, that if you're ever interested, it's a app and it covers the entire United States.
Do you want to repeat the name of the app so we can all? If you want to put this on your phone and get immediate watch duty.
Like they're watching, yeah, you can click on any fire. They show you a little fire symbol and you click on it and it gives you all the information.
Wonderful. We do have to be aware of that. Next up, Kathy Johnson with Honor Clubs.
The State Honor Club Award recognizes a club which excels in all aspects of garden club activities. This award is based on the size of your club, so you are only competing with the clubs that are your same size. This year's flying by very fast, and it's almost time for the year's Honor Club recaps. This award goes from January 1st, 2024 until December 31st, 2024. Please don't wait until the very end of the year and figure out all of your activities, who attended, etc. Because the application is due February 1st, 2025. Your club deserves the recognition of the worthwhile efforts and time of what the club is doing. Each club should be proud of their accomplishments. Each club should have an awards chairman to track this information. I am looking forward to receiving an application from at least one half of the clubs in each district.
You have a challenge ahead of you there. Trust me, she'll hold you to it. Marvalee, do you have an oral report? Please join us up here. Marvalee Petershik is our chairman for legislation.
Well, although they're not very busy this time of year, I looked back on what was done last spring and winter, and there was something I wanted to share with you. This was HB 1551 concerning lead in the cookware. It's a new law. And so garden club members are educated about the cookingware because we are the only state in the US that has this law. It goes into effect in 2026. No manufacturer, wholesale, or retailer may offer for sale or distribute for use in the state cookware or cookware components containing lead or lead components in a level of more than 5 parts per million. Some cookware now has 474 parts lead per million. So the state is still trying to figure out how they're going to identify and purchase cookware in Washington state that complies. The law also empowers the State Department of Ecology to educate manufacturers and sellers to search for violation of this law. So you know what's going on with cookware.
Thank you, Marlene, for chairing this position. We haven't had a chairman for a little while. And could I ask everyone's attention again, please? We haven't had a legislation chairman for a while, and Marlene has been so kind to keep us up to date in the last year or 14 months on things that we need to know. So, thank you. Next one is, I guess next one is Bryn, and she's not here, so I'm going to skip by that report. I did not get the nominating committee on this list. Evie and Linda, do you have a report that you want to share? Would you come up here, please? Oh, that's where it is. Okay, you're right. Do you want to do both now? Sure, sure. For the viewers at home, this is Evie Marwood.
Okay, Linda Maida and I are chairpersons of the nominating committee. And we meet quarterly. In fact, we met yesterday. And the committee was in the process of candidate selection, and we got them confirmed. People are willing to serve, and we voted who the nominees will be for each open position at that meeting yesterday. Now, these names are confidential until they are announced at the November meeting to the members. And then after that, there will be a vote for the nominees in the spring meeting, and they will be put into position and installed at the June meeting. Smoky Bear and Woodsy Owl, that's a youth poster contest for kids in grades 1 through 5. And the completed posters and local person judged reports are due to me by January 20th, 2025. And you were reminded that there is one winning poster per grade that gets sent in to me. I know last year some people sent in posters that had not been judged by their committee in that order. They sent in maybe like 3 for 3rd grade. But remember to read the rules and the information that has been sent out to all the district directors and chairpersons for the youth poster contest. Those were sent out in August. For more information, you can always go to our Washington Garden Club website and download the all this information, announcement, the rules, timelines from our website itself. And that will also give you links to provide you with educational material, activities for the kids, and other items that will help you in this contest. Thank you. Amendments. Linda keeps me really doing things correctly. Well, I hope so. I hope I'm not out of order. But the one thing that we shouldn't say is we have most of our slate done. We still have one major position, and that is second VP. So I just implore you all to really think about it. Think about the members in your districts that would be a good candidate. Talk to them. If they're what they think, yes or no, before you go any further. Make sure they've got a personnel form, and then please send it to Evie or both of us. So, because we are short on time and we need all the help we can get. So thank you.
Very important. Yes. Thank you, Linda.
Next on the agenda is the Organization Study Committee and the Budget Committee. Linda, are you going to step up here or do you want to take?
Also, I'm Flower Show, school chairman, and I'm chief for, I'm tall, and
Julie, are you ready with your Penny Pines report?
Yes.
Julie Darby is the chairman of the Penny Pines.
Sitting back there for the last 10 minutes, deep breathing, trying to get rid of my hiccups. I think they're gone. Well, with the Penny Pines, as you know, there's been a lot of changes and it's still coming. The changes are. So I just received a letter literally dated 2 days ago, which kind of got me up into the loop, and I'm going to read it. It's not terribly long, but it's a lot of good stuff. And then I'm going to give you some numbers, which are kind of exciting. So, dear Garden Club members, we want, and this is from Penny Pines Plant a Tree program update. Her name is Michelle Green or Michelle Smith. It's not on here, but she's the one with NGC who's representing all of this. Dear Garden Club members, we want to express our gratitude for your generous support of the Penny Pines program over the years. As you may know, the program is a wonderful initiative through the USDA Forest Service that allows individuals to make donations to support reforestation efforts, which is very timely with the notification that we just got. Forest fires and that sort of thing. Your donations have made a significant impact, and we're thrilled to announce some exciting changes to the program. The Penny Pines program will now be known as Plant a Tree. The name change officially begins September 1st, 2024, so it's just now happening. This new name better reflects the program's mission and will help us reach a wider audience of potential donors. Additionally, we are also making changes to the donation process to make it more accessible and user-friendly. Previously, the program required donations in increments of $68. However, we are now allowing donors to contribute any amount, starting as little as $50 up to $10,000. Yeah, so this change provides greater flexibility for donors and enables a wider range of people to participate in the program. One key change to note is starting May 31st, 2025, so not for a while yet, we will no longer be providing mailed certificates to donors. In an effort to go green, we will be offering digital certificates that donors can customize and print out themselves. We believe this change will not only be more environmentally friendly, but also more convenient to the donors. In order to facilitate this transition, we kindly ask that all donors provide their email address in future donations so that we can electronically send out tax receipts and online certificates
links/instructions, etc. We assure you that your privacy and personal information will be handled with the utmost care and confidentiality and security. Members are also encouraged to donate online by visiting gardenclub.org/plant-tree. Although we highly encourage members to go the paperless route, there are new paper forms for mail-in check donations also available on that website, so you can go either way. We understand that this transition may raise questions or concerns, and we want to assure you that we are committed to making this as smooth as possible for donors. Please feel free to reach out to us, just reach out to me, because any questions that you have are going to help me better explain it moving forward into the future, if you have any questions. Debbie.
How many of you don't like the name change? I know you didn't do it, Julie, but.
Nope, you're not changing it. It is what it is.
What I would like to know is how many trees per dollar, so we can let our people know that. That's very important.
This is exactly it. So what and I've got some numbers to share too, but I want questions from you. I don't want to keep peppering Michelle with all these different questions. So email me at kungfujulie@comcast.net and I will take care of it. And I'm asking to have these to me by the end of September. Repeated questions are fine. The more, that makes it even more important. But email me the questions. I'll get them all lined up. And I hope to have a really nice report for you in our November meeting in regards to the questions. So if you're ready, I want to share some numbers with you. And all of this also will be online on the state directory. Chris, I'll be sending, are you paying attention? Yeah, I'll be sending you a bunch of stuff. And maybe we can just have a whole area for Penny Pines. Okay, so now I'm going to get my numbers. I know I'm going a little bit over, but.
Legend, this is important.
Yeah, there's one other thing too is, well, I'll do that when I get to that part. Okay, so there were a total of 76 single donations from the state of Washington with all of our clubs, all of our districts. With the district donations, it was a total of $6,051. With our fundraiser donation of $1,292, our total from June 2023 to May 2024 was $7,343. So that's a substantial amount. And then also what I wanted to ask is, do you guys want to have another fundraiser for the fall? Oh, dead silence, that's hilarious. Because the fundraiser was one of the easiest ways to raise money, and that was purchasing the bulbs, the tubers, the seeds and whatnot through the fundraiser program. Is anyone even interested in that? I got one yes.
I have a question. Is it the same type of program?
It goes to the same place. You bet it does. And we get full credit for it as well from the state of Washington. And I've got a lot of other questions, but from me that I want to, I guess, delve into for the November meeting. I want to know where we compare with the rest of the country. Kind of interesting, kind of like Suzanne coming home with all those awards for the state of Washington. It's like, we rock. We're doing good stuff, but not a whole lot of interest. So that is one of the easiest programs to do. You throw it out there. I mean, people did participate, so we might just do that
When do
again.
we have to decide on?
That by the next September 30th.
Okay, because maybe the district directors could ask the district.
That's a great idea. So district directors, go back to your, and I need to get the time frame from the Flower Power fundraiser for when we need to start it. But they typically do a spring and a fall. And so,
Well, I was just gonna remind you that they actually have a winter, fall, yeah. And their winter flowers, like things that you would buy to grow in your house and And, those kinds of things that you do, with paper whites and, stuff like that. So it's a totally different, selection of plants, bulbs, flowers, all of that kind of thing.
So we're gonna go with winter, not fall, which is what I meant. I didn't mean fall, I meant winter. And then we also got a really nice certificate from the NGC thanking us for the flower power donation. So that would be it. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Appreciate you monitoring all that. Let's see, Sandra Zacher is going to report on the Publications Award.
Okay, publications are, all the rules are on pages 53 through 55 in your directory. And even though it states that they should be mailed, some are just sent electronically, like Terry had said. I plan to do better at getting them back to Terry this year than I did last year. And so you can start sending me your publications before the deadline, which is December 1st. And these can include newsletters, manuals that you put together, such as procedural duties of officers that some of you won awards for. Educational pamphlets or flyers that you do, and calendars and cookbooks. I know Elodie did a nice calendar this year that I'm going to get in there for an award. And any other awards or any other publications that are worthy of awards. So they need to be sent in with the award application form that's also on page 53, 54, and 55. Thank you.
Fillable forms on our website.
Okay.
We're getting there. Jeanette, do you have a scholarship report?
I do not.
Okay, thank you. We already did Smoky Bear. Let me flip the page. Yes, Debbie Spiller, Chairman of the Symposium 2024.
You still look good, all of you. Our Symposium 2024 is fast approaching. Our symposium, or refresher as it was once referred to, is September 24th, 25th, and 26th at the Dreyer Masonic Hall in Tacoma. Refresher referred for the need of NGC Flower Show judges to maintain their accreditation by refreshing and expanding their knowledge through planned approved instruction. Our WSFGC State Judges Council once had a reciprocal relationship with Oregon. We produced a symposium on even years and they did it on odd numbered years. Or do I have that reversed? I don't recall. Regardless, the two states together made sure that ongoing education was available to all accredited judges. That relationship with Oregon no longer seems to be in place, and we're now going our own way, producing a symposium every 2 years, as far as I know. The NGC produces and supports several schools. Garden Studies School, currently putting on by Hillendale District, Landscape Studies School, Environmental School, and Flower Show School. Of these 4 schools, Flower Show School seems to be the most expensive to put on, and symposiums. Why? Well, just like the NGC approved symposiums, Flower Show schools may only be taught by NGC horticulture and design instructors. In that light, there is only one approved NGC design instructor west of the Mississippi. We pay for the instructors to travel to teach us.
You need not be a judge to attend. All members are welcome to register and attend. There is no such thing as too much knowledge in horticulture. All attending will learn something. The instructors for our upcoming event were booked by us over a year ago. Gina Jogan will be our design instructor on creative mass designs and floor designs that are construction design types. David Robson will be instructing on maples, Japanese maples, and roses. A combination of individuals, clubs, and districts are making this event possible. The trio of Black Hills District, Hillendale District, and East Lake Washington District and their members are all involved. If you are contacted to volunteer your time, do a design, or donate to horticulture, please be gracious and say yes. We will need your help acquiring our roses and maple horticulture specimens. Thank you.
Okay, my second ad.
I am Garden Club Growing Project Chairman. That's in your yearbook directory on page, I believe, 46. The application deadline is December 1st, or after that, just call me. The requirements for this award are very simple. Your club selects a plant to grow from seeds, cuttings, bulbs, corms, etc. The club acquires the selected plants either by purchase or donation and arranges for the members to grow them, either in containers or in the ground. You take photos of this process and mention the plant at your meetings throughout the year. You educate your members about their plant and how best to grow it. Then, members take photos of their living or dying plants and submit them to your club's project chairman. The chairman fills out and submits WSFGC application form GA 128. They answer the questions on the form and included a conclusion and photos. It's easy. Some projects clubs have done in the past: growing chrysanthemums from cutting, dividing and growing New Zealand flax, growing sweet Hawaiian peppers. Illicky tried that up in the past. That one didn't go too well, if I recall. Dahlia bulbs, growing angel's trumpets, salvia plants, pumpkins. Your plant choice need not be expensive or exotic. The aim of this group project is for all the club members to learn new horticulture skills and to learn as a team. The Washington Consultants Council's offers a $25 prize. Yay, Terry. Please consider including this garden club growing project in your club's activities this year. Our current yearbook states that we have 69 clubs in our state. I believe I received 6 application forms this last term. I suggest that you either increase participation or drop this award and project completed. Thank you.
Thank you, Debbie.
Yep.
Okay, I thought I saw this. Debbie Strickland will report on Washington natural disasters, which we are surrounded by right now. I hate to say.
Well, I spoke on this prior in June, but it just reinforced this to you all. The article that was in the Washington Design magazine that you get online in June spoke of this, or the issue before this past one. Also outlined this Washington State Federation Natural Disasters Fund. And since we have this fires going on all around us, some of this may happen to encroach on an area that we might be able to restore, replenish, or whatever in the future. So just to reiterate this, be aware of that it's available, and the amount is $1,000 to go towards your restoring whatever location this might apply to. I'll be glad to assist anyone, any club or the district that is going to go at this and try to make the reparations of the land that's involved. So that's basically all I've got to say, okay? And as an additional thing, any of you that have yearbooks or your clubs, your district band, please, directors, don't spend all those bucks, mail them to me. Bring them to the November meeting. It costs so much money to mail them. And I'll be glad to take them from you, okay?
Yes, make sure you mention that.
There is the option when you are in your first of the year meetings again for the September or however you handle it, that you put on your list of donations that you're going to be making, that you can put this Washington Natural Disaster Fund on your list to make donations into it. Okay? Do you understand that part of it? Okay.
Veronica Dunham, our Washington Garden and Design Managing Editor.
I will try and make this quickly so everybody can get out of here. Even so, it was nice and don't want to rush anyone. So first of all, I would like to thank all district directors, and if any of the club presidents are watching, a big thank you to everybody who is sending in their articles. We, wouldn't have much of a newsletter without participation from everybody. I also want to give a special thanks to the team that works with me. Marga Lee, Judith Juno, Debbie Angel. They're terrific proofreaders. Without them, the magazine would not look near as nice as it does. And they have helped me along in the past year. I'm learning an awful lot. So, but I'm enjoying doing it. Other than that, I'm in the process of working on the next edition. I wasn't here last night. If any of you have photos of the designs that were made, I would appreciate getting them as soon as possible because I would like to get the next edition out on time. So that's all I have. And thanks again for all the participation from everybody.
Well done, Veronica. Debbie Spiller has a question. Or comment. Or whatever.
I don't think this job has a title, but I've been tasked with writing design articles for the state magazine. And Veronica wants to, well, I live in my district, so that's usually where the photos are from. But if you have a flower show, plan on having your show photographer forward information to me so that I may write an article about it. I will send that out as an email, but if I don't have your photos and I don't know who won or what type of design it was, I can't write the article and submit it to the state magazine. Thank you.
When is your deadline?
My deadline for this next magazine has actually passed.
Okay.
So I have, I think quite a bit of input, but I will take information or articles, anything that has to do with this board meeting, I will still accept. But I'd love to have it by the end of the week at least. Thanks.
Yes, I'll just reiterate the need for getting those photos, and I'm sure Chris will appreciate seeing them also. So she can get them on our news and photos page on the website. So if you're sending them on to Veronica, just copy Chris Hill at the same time, and you can do it all at one time. Those photos are worth their weight in gold. They're digital weight in gold, I should say. Okay. And and great memories. Next, what do we have up next? Well, we need a credentials report from Diane Franchinis.
For the credentials report, we have 10 officers, district directors, 5, former presidents, 6, committee chairman, 27, nominating committee, 9, nominating committee alternates, 4, guests, 4, and the voting strength is 30. The total less duplicates. As credentials chairman, I make a motion to accept the credentials report.
Thank you. I've forgotten. Do we make an official vote on the credentials report? Okay, the motion has been made. Is there a second? Second on accepting the credentials report. Any discussion? All those in favor, say aye or raise your hand and vote. Any opposed? None. The motion passed. Before we adjourn, I just want to point out the upcoming events. I'm going to reiterate Pam's suggestion for us all to attend the Stream Fest in Port Angeles. You saw them win an award today for this event from last year. And I just want to give you that encouragement. The fall NGC board meeting is online. That does require registration. I won't read the rest of these. Symposium, we've talked about a president's visit, NGC Environmental School coming online, a number of different opportunities. So take the time to look at those. Thank you all for being here. I hope you had as much fun as I did these last couple of days. And if we don't talk to you before then or see you, it'll be, the next board meeting will be November 5th and 6th. Thank you. We are adjourned.